always love hip-hop. Keep it flowing like a river, so I drip drop. Verses and bars, we eating dinner with the stars. Excuse me while I float away, my brain is on Mars. Cause it's the Big Kids Podcast with Chris Williams. Sit back, relax, like your spliff, we in the building.
I want you to use my words against me. I've been consistent. I think states should decide the issue of marriage, and states should decide the issue of abortion. This is not a states' rights issue.
This is not a states' rights issue.
And you could use my words against me, and you'd be absolutely right.
Yo, 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 welcome back to the Big Kids Podcast. And you guys just listened to Lindsey Graham. The man, out of everybody in the Senate, is putting forward a bill that will ban abortions nationwide. Now, this is coming from how old is Lindsey Graham? I had to pull up his Wikipedia page. Okay, did a lot of bullshit in politics. 67-year-old man who has no wife, no husband, no kids. Listen, he has so much not going on that it's very suspicious, and I'll leave that at that. This man is the one that thinks that it is appropriate for him to bring forward a nationwide abortion ban bill. Okay? This is the same man that said, you can use your words against me. In a election year, we will not confirm a Supreme Court justice. Went along with that. When the time came, went along with that. When he sees that the Supreme Court that he helped make might okay a nationwide, a federal abortion ban, here he comes again. Listen, I don't really think that was a good move politically. Like, yeah, you might be able to raise some money and you might be able to garner some attention, but this is an election year, and the Republicans had this one in the bag. Republicans were going to have no problem taking back the Senate, taking back the House. But you guys, not looking past your nose, went and allowed the Supreme Court, and when I say allow, because you guys put it together, allowed the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. As soon as that shit happened, the outlook for the Republicans taking back anything started to become a lot more bleak. And as of now, they're not projected to take back the Senate, while they are still projected to take back the House of Representatives. But even that gap is narrowing. So when I sit back and I think about Lindsey Graham going out there and saying you can use my words for the Supreme Court, going on TV saying that this should be a state issue when it's convenient for whatever argument he's trying to make, but as soon as he sees that federal abortion bans is a possibility, same-sex marriages, getting rid of that is a possibility, potentially getting rid of interracial marriages is a possibility, Lindsey's story conveniently changes. Now again, let's go back to this man being 67 years old with pretty much no history of being involved with anybody. Now, I don't know what his sexual preference is. I don't know if he is just celibate. Is he one of those true hardcore Christians that isn't having sex until he's married? I don't know. And to be honest, I really don't give a fuck. But a man in those circumstances should have nothing to say about how other people conduct their relationships, how other people conduct themselves in terms of maintaining their health. Lindsey Graham should have nothing to say. Lindsey Graham should just shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. What skin do you have in the game, Lindsey? What do you have to gain from this besides I'm trying to be nice. I was about to start calling him names. I don't even want to call him names besides dumbass. Because I don't even think he's being a fucking dumbass. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. This man cannot go 3-4 months without getting his 15 minutes. He's going to get his 15 minutes. Whether that's going against his party, going with his party, being the spokesperson, self-sabotaging. Lindsey Graham doesn't give a fuck about anybody but Lindsey Graham. That is plain as fucking day. And that is the problem with the Republican Party as a whole. They come out here, they give you this lip service about how they give a fuck about you, but they clearly do not. And we will get to that a little bit later when I talk about what's happening in Mississippi with Brett Favre and the former governor of Mississippi, a red state. Now, I'm not saying that Democrats don't do this too, because I believe all politicians, they're politicians to feed their own God complex. You know, most politicians aren't going to Washington, D.C. or even their goddamn local city hall without... Again, I'm trying to be nice. I'm worked up. I'm trying to be fucking nice. These politicians do it for the clout. They do it for the attention. They don't do it so they can make where they live a great fucking place. No, that's just icing on the cake. That's just cherry on top of the sundae. If they can make their communities nice, that's cool. But they're there for themselves. Lindsey Graham is there for himself. This man had the fucking audacity to, when he announced this bill, to bring out a bunch of women, and 3-4 of them were black women. Now, again, let's be quite frank about this. How many black people, especially black Republicans, work in Washington, D.C.? Okay. Not many. I'm sure there are some. Let's take it a step further. How many do you think are working for Lindsey Graham or have a significant pull within the black community? No, they're out there grifting too. Somehow, some way, they're making some fucking money that they do not deserve off of this shit. And guys, they're going to continue to do it. They're going to continue to do it, both Democrats and Republicans. But at the very least, Democrats are trying to help. That's all how I'm going to put it. They're trying to help. They're trying to, okay, we need to think about what's going to happen in 10 years. We got to think about what's happening in 20 years, not what's happening fucking tomorrow, the next day. These Republicans don't give a fuck about you. And I really don't understand at what point, what is it going to take for you to see that? The same reasons why you're mad at Democrats and think that they're slime, why doesn't that same criteria apply to Republicans who are clearly doing it? They do it every fucking day. Who's getting in trouble for fucking insider trading? Who's getting in trouble for fucking with ballots, elections? Yes, Democrats get in trouble here and there too, but the vast majority is you guys. And why are Democrats getting in trouble for this type of shit too? Because you guys are all the fucking same. At the core, you're the same. It's about self-preservation. It's about staying in power for Republicans and Democrats. Democrats just try to help along the way a little bit more. Let's actually do something. Guys, Lindsey Graham and the Republicans are right now talking about impeaching Joe Biden for the crisis at the border. Now, is there a crisis at the border? Yes. Has there been a crisis at the border for however many fucking years, Republican or Democratic president? Yes. President? Yes. But that's what we're trying to impeach the current president on. Not holding up military aid for an ally against somebody who is the furthest thing from a fucking ally in Ukraine. Holding up military aid, wanting in return you guys to do some private eye work into a person that you're running, you're going to be running against for president. So we're not talking about Joe Biden doing those types of things. We're not talking about Joe Biden whipping people up into a frenzy and then them trying to go take over the fucking United States government. We're not talking about those things. We're talking about Joe Biden's son in a laptop and some business dealings in other countries. Okay, Donald Trump's kids are doing the same motherfucking thing. So if we're going to go after Hunter Biden for that, get ready for your people to come, or your kids to have to deal with that. And again, said it on this show multiple fucking times. If Hunter Biden needs to get locked the fuck up, so be it. If Joe Biden needs to be impeached for something that he did helping Hunter Biden do some illegal shit, so fucking be it. But stop trying to act like we're talking about the same shit. The Russia thing was such a big fucking deal because Donald Trump said he didn't know any Russians. I never spoke to any Russians. What the fuck are you talking about, Russia? Meanwhile, he's trying to get a Trump Tower built in Moscow. That's why it was a problem. It's a problem right now with what's happening with the classified documents because he lied about it. Do you have these classified documents? No. Okay, well, we know you have them. Give them back to us. Okay, here's some of them. Here's a couple of them. Okay, so you're telling us you got all these documents? You gave us everything you have? Sign this piece of paper saying that you gave us everything. Sign a piece of paper. We gave you everything. Come to find out, you didn't give us everything. So what the fuck are we really talking about? If anybody else did that type of shit, it would be a problem. If anybody on the blue side was to do some shit like that, it would be a fucking problem. It'd be the biggest scandal in history. But no, you guys continue to make excuses for him. You continue to let people like Lindsey Graham set the fucking national agenda, the national conversation about what the fuck we should be talking about. Guys, Republicans, please, listen. They say we're supposed to talk to you guys fucking nice. Hopefully you see the light. Apparently that's not fucking working. You guys don't want to see the light. You guys like that shit. And if you do, just fess up to it. Just fess up to it. You like fascism. You're a fan of it. Fess up to it. Stop beating around the bush. Oh, you called me a fascist? Oh, I'm mad at you because you called me a fascist, but everything I believe in is fascist. We're gonna, guys, I know we've given out definitions before on this fucking show. We're gonna do it again. Let's see what the meaning of fascist is. Fascist is a far-right authoritarian political ideology and movement characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition, belief in natural society hierarchy, subordination of individual interests for the perceived good of the nation and race. Guys, that is the dictionary fucking definition of what fascism is, and there's a whole bunch of fucking SAT words in there, but you guys can picture exactly what the fuck that is. Who does that sound like? Sounds like Lindsey fucking Graham and Donald Trump and Ted Cruz and all. Listen, guys, you guys said it from the jump. Donald Trump is a danger to this country. And I say you guys, meaning Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz. You guys said this. But as soon as this man took power, you were ready to take his shit to the tonsils. No gag. It didn't matter. Beat you up, talk about your wife, spit in your fucking food, make you eat it type of shit. And for what? The man wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Listen, I'm driving, because that's what most of my job is. You're fucking driving all over the place, driving all over the county. So you have time to think about shit. So I'm driving for work yesterday, and I'm thinking, Donald Trump's getting old. You know, he's, 76, 77, some shit like that. And I'm thinking, if Donald Trump could have one day of life, like knew it, like, yo, I only got one day left, tomorrow I'm dying of cancer, I'm dying of whatever, this is my last day on earth. But a genie came out of a bottle, and he had one wish, but it was somewhat limited. Genie's like, Donald, I will give you one more day to live, but you have to be okay with 1 million people not existing anymore. Everybody knows that they were there Monday, but they're not going to be there anymore Tuesday. Will you take that? Donald Trump has taken that. One day of Donald Trump's life in his eyes is more important than 1 million people's lives going forward for years. And I believe a lot of politicians believe that. But I think Donald Trump will take it for much less. I think other politicians would be like, nah, motherfucker, not one day. I need 10 more years and we can make that deal. Not one more day. Donald Trump will take that deal on one fucking day. And I think that tells you everything that you need to know about the man and the people that fucking support him. And I'm not talking about the uneducated people that don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not talking about the racist motherfuckers that like the things that he says. That he says. I'm talking about the politicians that allow him to keep having that fucking power. I'm talking about the people that will hit you with some whataboutism when you start talking about the bad things that he's done. His morals, where his heart is. You people, you're the fucking problem. You're the fucking problem. And before our next clip, we're gonna show you guys what the Republican Party was up to last week. Enjoy.
Corn Pops, Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies, with a side of paper plates and napkins.
We love the country's in trouble. It's got to be solved fairly quickly.
When you're with your My Pillow, you got my phone.
My name is Linda Paulson, Republican and awesome.
That if you have a dude that is wearing makeup, they need to be confronted and say, that's wrong. Why don't you just work on maybe getting your testosterone levels up a little bit? I do wear makeup.
I want a very big, capable airplane.
What has any fifth grader done to have made the world better because he or she is in it?
I'm just glad to be in a room where I'm one of the oldest people.
As a female adult, I know what a woman is.
They just keep talking about cows and meat all day long.
Republicans will let kids just be kids.
See, I'm getting emotional.
Comes with an NFT, a token version as well.
Still don't get that.
And my pronouns are patriot and ass kicker.
Was a dream that I had 10 years ago where I was in my dream. How many of you guys have dreams?
I got eagle bumps. We don't get goosebumps here.
I hollered, I loved him. He stopped and he said, I love you too. And then he said, this guy says he loves me. And I said, wait, I'm a woman.
See, guys, this is the shit that Republicans and their mouthpieces are worried about over the past week, right? They don't want to talk about how the former governor of Mississippi and Brett Favre, a Mississippi resident, were using welfare dollars up to $8 million as of right now to fund a volleyball facility at his daughter's college. I'm pretty sure it was his college too. And I'm not even going to go too far into this because I'm going to talk about this tonight with Duff on the football podcast. But I'm pretty sure it was the same fucking school, right? Southern Mississippi University, SMU. So Brett Favre, all the millions of dollars that he has earned over 20 seasons of playing football, Wranglers commercials, fucking middle-aged man hair loss, feet hurt, arthritis fucking commercials. This man felt the need to take away from people who actually, probably, most definitely needed it more than he did. He needed it for what? Again, guys, all this shit is about attention, about a false sense of achievement. Like, so they were gonna build this fucking facility, put the fucking ex-governor Phil Bryant's name on it, and act like they did something good. What kind of fucking reasoning rationale within yourself is that? You're going to steal from... First of all, these are the same types of people that will talk shit about somebody receiving welfare in the first place. These are the same people that will pin poor people against other poor people. And when I say poor people, I'm honestly talking about people that make $100,000 and less. Because if we're being honest, if you're making $100,000, you're a lot closer to being broke than you are somebody like Brett Favre. So in reality, broke people, they will have people making $100,000, $120,000 real mad at motherfuckers that ain't making shit, that ain't working, which I believe everyone should be working. But these rich motherfuckers got people that are a little more well off than somebody else. You really got them mad at those people instead of mad at you fuckers. Listen, when you're on like public assistance and you're getting fucking $20,000 a year, $22,000 a year maybe from public assistance, how many fucking times is 22,000 going to 8 million? See, they got us thinking like, oh shit, 22,000, that's a lot of fucking money. Man, you guys have dinner parties that are fucking $22,000. Have no problem putting that on us. You guys fly from A to B to C to Z to F to Q to fucking P all over the goddamn country, put it on the fucking taxpayers, and have us mad at somebody for receiving food stamps. What are we honestly, truly, really fucking talking about here? And then I guarantee Phil Bryant or Brett Favre aren't going to do any jail time. It's going to be some fucking buddy that was doing what they were to be told, or doing what they were told. They're the ones going to be getting fucking jail time, prison time, shit on their record. Fuck that, man. That's bullshit. And Brett was honestly one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up. He was him, Peyton Manning were my two favorite quarterbacks growing up. But that don't mean that this is okay. Dude, come on, man. You're telling me Brett Favre in Mississippi, you couldn't have done this the correct way? You couldn't have raised this money properly? No, you knew this shit was wrong from the jump. And like I said, I'm going to get into some of that later with Duff. I don't want to ruin the fucking segment now. But you could have done this and you knew it was wrong. But no, you're going to go out there. You're going to act like you had no idea what was going on. I had nothing to do with this. Meanwhile, you were fucking one of the orchestrators of this shit. You knew what you were doing was fucking wrong, and you just simply did not give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck about how many people in the state of Mississippi could have been fed with $8 million. You were not concerned with that. You did not give a fuck. This is like I said during the last segment about if Donald Trump had a wish. Come on, we clearly see what you're wishing for. We clearly see what Brett's wishing for, what Phil's wishing for. Phil wanted his name on that fucking building. Brett Favre wanted to act like he raised this money legit. Everybody wanted a pat on the ass. Everyone wanted to act like they were fucking Mr. Big Shit. As the Republicans would say, big dick energy. No, you're fucking frauds. $8 million fucking dollars, guys. We're not talking about you fucking taking printing paper from the office, motherfucker. That would get a motherfucker in trouble. You're out here $8 million fucking dollars, and you're gonna get away with it because it's Mississippi. You're famous. You're an icon. Come on, this shit ain't right. This shit ain't right. This shit ain't right. And this is what the GOP does, guys. This is what they truly fucking do on a day-to-day, and they've been doing this for fucking years. It's just a little more out in the open because of who's running their fucking party right now. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about anybody that's around them. This is a whole bunch of motherfuckers that care about themselves and use fear and nationalism to rile people up so they have supporters. Because for whatever reason, you could tell their supporters the truth. They could see it for themselves. But as long as you guys continue to pull the wool over their eyes, they will day in and day out say, thank you, boss. Spit on me again. Thank you, boss. Spit on me again. And what can you do with that? What can you do with that? The saying, the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Guys, at what point is this really truly because you just don't like Democrats? Like you dislike people that you don't know that much that you're willing to allow this type of fucking behavior? You guys always want to talk about something's infringing on your constitutional rights. What about what? I just don't understand this hometown mentality that most people have. My team can do no wrong. And honestly, I think it's even worse with politics, because in sports and other shit, when your home team starts doing ass, you're quick to say something. You're quick to not back that bullshit. And then the next year rolls around and you're willing to forget and be hype until it's time to not be hype again. But with politics, you guys are ready to go to the fucking grave with this shit. Right, wrong, don't matter. Right, wrong, don't matter. I'm ready to fucking ride or die with this shit. What happened to just being able to call balls and strikes, calling bullshit for what bullshit is? Praising people for when they do good things, not because it was the right thing to do, but because they knew that they were going to get praised for it. Why can't we just praise people for that type of fucking behavior? Because if we're being honest, most people do not do shit for the betterment of everybody else. Like, yeah, that's something that they could say. No, motherfucker. You're doing this for the acknowledgement. You're doing this for the recognition. You're doing this for all the perks that come along with people knowing who the fuck you are. That's why you're doing this. Ain't got shit to do with me, you, anybody else. This is for you, motherfucker. That's most people. There are people that are very selfless, and I think you recognize those people when you come across them because they're just fucking different. You know, there are people out there, and it's weird because when you meet them, you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit, this is different. I haven't met too many people like this, if I've ever met someone like this. But that's not who these people are. No. Listen, if you're a Republican now, I get not giving up the name because you're like, oh, this is what I believe in, this is da-da-da-da-da. Even though I'm not even gonna go down that fucking rabbit hole today. I don't have the energy. But I understand wanting to fight for what is yours when it's when it's in the midst of a hostile takeover. But you got to make sure your ass is completely separate. You got to make sure that it's known that you're not rocking with them. Like right now, I want a fucking American flag in front of my house. I own this motherfucking house, or as I like to say, I rent from the fucking bank. I rent my house from the fucking bank, and I would like to put an American fucking flag, nice big American flag outside my fucking door. But it's tricky because the fucking racist, fascist motherfuckers have taken complete control of the American flag. They've associated that with their bullshit. And while the American flag, I don't think the history is as what's the word I'm looking for? As sexy as people like to make it seem, it's still our fucking flag, warts and all. You know? Everybody, even the fucking people who just got shipped to Boston, or not even Boston, where the fuck? Martha's Vineyard by Ron DeSantis. If them people want to rock the American flag because they fucking love the opportunity that they might get, I'm for that. But you racist, fascist motherfuckers, you overtook it, and I'm fucking reclaiming it. So in terms of being those old school GOPs that were just like closet racists, it didn't give a fuck about the poor, but would try to at least act like they gave a fuck about the poor, that want their good name back, I can understand that. Don't agree with you, but I can understand that. But at the same time, you got to make sure there's quite a few degrees of separation between you and Donald Trump, or I don't want to hear your shit either. And I think you're just doing it for the attention too. Doing it for the goddamn attention. Sheesh. Fuck it, it's madness out here, guys. It's fucking absolute madness out here. And nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody truly, no decision maker truly gives a fuck. Because they like it. They like the game. They like it. They enjoy it. They want to be in the fucking pig pen rolling around with the pigs. Democrats, Republicans, they like this shit. They do it because they like it. They have options. It's not like a normal motherfucker that's got to stick with a job even when they don't like it because they got bills to pay. No. These people are okay. They've got to conduct in some legal insider trading during their time, even if it was only for one term. Even if it was only a 2-year term, you got all the insider information you needed to live a very comfortable fucking life, okay? Oh, shit. Fuck, it makes me mad, man. I am looking forward to talking about Brett Favre in some more depth later tonight, so make sure you do check out High Sports with C. Willie and Duff. The page is up. The YouTube page is up. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about putting it on SoundCloud and all that other shit, because all that takes fucking time and work, and at this point in my life, I'm not ready to add a second fucking production of a podcast onto my shoulders. Even though I already kind of am, but I'm not. All that shit takes work. It's not just fucking here, click fucking load, call it a day. No, that shit takes fucking work. So as of right now, the show will just be up on YouTube. Check it out at High Sports. I will, if I remember, put a link to it in the description of this episode. But yeah, me and Duff are doing that. Last week's production, a little dicey, very last minute. Conversation structure fucking bit all over the place, but that ain't nothing new, and I tend to like it that way, but I do still like some sort of an outline of where I want to take the conversation. Have kind of just like a checklist. At this point, 123 episodes of this, some other podcast episodes. I've done close to 150 episodes, so I'm pretty good at time and shit now, even without actually looking at the fucking time. It's kind of a muscle memory thing. If I write it out, I know how long I'm going to hit every topic for, or roughly how long I'm going to hit every topic for. So again, today's episode, or the episode I'm going to record later today, and I'm going to release it tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to talk with Duff tonight about release times for it, what he thinks, but that will be released tomorrow, and it'll be released Thursdays at some time point. It'll be the same every fucking week unless things change. Me and Duff still have to talk about what we're going to do, if we need substitutes, if one of us is just going to be on our own, things like that, logistics things. Duff hasn't, done a podcast, produced a podcast. He's been on my podcast a couple times, so we're going to get him schooled up a little bit on that aspect of things, just in case. I do enjoy doing it, but it does take up fucking time, so it would be nice have a partner in that. I work on some things, he works on some things. So again, guys, we're working through the logistics. It was fun. I always have fun talking shit with Duff about football and sports and all that, so it was a great fucking time, and I'm looking forward to having some guests on in the coming weeks. But yeah, guys, so definitely check that out. High Sports with C. Willie and Duff, weekly podcast, and still figuring out what we're going to do in the off season, but honestly, guys, football's all year round. There's always something to fucking cover, whether it's draft prospects, mini camps, yada yada yada. But my thing is, I don't want to sensationalize fucking things. I don't want to try to make things a bigger thing than they need to be. I want to be even keeled, level headed about my analysis on things, and so if you are looking for clickbait type of fucking arguments and shit, like that's not gonna happen. We're not fucking doing that. It's gonna be very organic, and again, very much looking forward to it. And I don't do this because I want a million people to fucking watch it, listen to it. No. I do this because it's honestly like keeping a fucking journal. It's like keeping a journal, doing a podcast. When you have guests on, it's a great way to fucking catch up with people, keep up with them, see how they're doing. And that's why I do this, and I do hope one day I get a little sponsorship. I ain't above getting some shit for free. I ain't above getting some shit for free, but I'm not doing this to clickbait people. I'm not doing this to fucking show my ass and clout chasing. I'm not doing that. That takes way too much fucking energy that I'm not willing to put into clout chasing. I get on here, I try to spit some facts, or at least what I perceive to be fucking what's really going on. Give some hot takes. If you like it, you like it. I know I'm not everyone's flavor of the day, and that's fine with me. But listen, at the very least, if I have kids or my family, they will always be able to go back and listen to any of these fucking podcast episodes. And I say that I am fairly okay articulating myself with stutters, with word scrambles and all. I think I do a pretty good job. I think I'm better than the majority of people. Because most people don't even want to do this shit from the jump. They're scared to death to record themselves, to talk in front of people. It's fucking insane. So again, just grinding, keeping at it, just trying to stay productive. I like to say, stay busy. I think that's what keeps you young. Keeps your mind. You move around a little bit. You think about things. You try to analyze things. I think it keeps you young. And being a 30-year-old man, I gotta try my best to stay young. And I guess that's a great transition into my next fucking thing that I just wanted to touch on real quick. Just a little touch and go. Who saw LeBron James finally did it? He finally shaved whatever the fuck was on the top of his head after 18 years of fighting it. LeBron, thank you. You should have done this a long time ago, brother. You had money. Money was not even helping that situation. Once money clearly wasn't helping the situation, you should have just shaved the fucking head. I've talked about it before. Yes, people say, oh, you shaved your head, you look weird. No fucking shit. You see this person with hair or whatever they call hair. You see them like that forever, and then all of a sudden they have no hair. No shit, it looks fucking weird. But after a week or two, it looks better than that whatever the fucked up rat nest you had on your head before was. And I've talked about it before. My friends back in Binghamton, my sophomore year of college, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to look like a mean motherfucker. I want to be a mean motherfucker on the football field. I'm shaving my fucking head. I don't got time to be worried about this shit. So I shaved my head. they were all laughing. Yo, you got the baldy. Yo, Chris got the baldy. What the fuck? And even throughout college, everyone thought I didn't have hair. And I was just doing that because my hair was fucked up. Meanwhile, I got a full head of fucking hair. I got a full fucking head of hair. Still, 30 years old, still got a full fucking head of hair. And everybody that had something to say is losing their shit. A little projection, huh? A wee bit of projection? Motherfuckers scared to death to take their fucking baseball caps off. Motherfuckers scared to death to take that hat off. Why? Own it. You're fucking bald. Just shave your head. You don't want to take it off because you got some old fucked up shit on your head right now. Shit is twisted. All the way twisted. Flipped. Flopped. Stepped on. All that. But you want to keep that little bit of hair on your head because you scared to death to shave it bald? Huh? Guys, listen. Again, my shit is strong. To this day, strong. I'm not saying it's perfect, but my shit is strong. And I don't do nothing. I wash it fucking once, twice, maybe 3 times a week, depending on what the fuck I'm doing. You know? I do that, and I barely fucking brush it, do anything. I don't give a fuck. And by me not giving a fuck, I will be quick to shave this motherfucker off. When Shambo moves away from here, when he is no longer stopping by to give me haircuts when he thinks I need a haircut, I promise you I'll be shaving my head weekly. 0. Get me a fucking nice $40, $50 fucking buzzer. 0. I don't give a fuck. I'm not fighting it. I'm not gonna look wild either. And I'm just glad LeBron finally decided to do that. Long story short. Guys, you remember the days where he used to have the custom-made fucking headband? That shit was like 2 or 3 headbands in one. Like, it's not worth it. I promise, guys, listen. I promise you. You are who you are. And I think that is more evident than at any time that money could not fix LeBron James's hairline. So you are who you are. At the end of the day, you are who you are. You can go get a Brazilian butt lift. You can go fucking get some fake titties. Get that shit you see on Baller Alert where they're injecting fat fucking people with some shit to eat their fat. You could do all that shit if you want to act like it. I'm not doing it. I will age the way that I fucking age. And I think I will age being overweight and all a lot better than a lot of people that are so fucking worried about how they look. That stress, you're doing shit to your body that's not supposed to fucking happen in terms of putting fucking pounds of makeup on, trying to fucking grow a couple inches, getting surgery, sticking some crazy shit in your ass or chest. Listen, that's what you feel like you need to do. Do not be surprised when you're 56 years old and you look fucking wild. I will have a baldy or I will have some grays at 50, 60. There's not going to be no just for fucking men. There ain't going to be none of that shit. It is what it is. And again, yeah, okay, you could say that because you're fucking 30. Guys, listen, that appearance shit has never meant anything to me. Did it feel cool when I was stronger than everybody? Yes. Have a couple muscles? Yeah, that's cool. That was fucking me working for it. I was willing to fucking put in work for that. I wasn't trying to go get some procedure done. If you can't be happy with what hard work will get you, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think you're ever going to be happy. Whatever procedure you get or not, if you're not okay with what your hard work can get you, you're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be satisfied. And honestly, to bring it back to LeBron, I thought he was going to fight that one forever. I guarantee he feels a lot better now that he just owned it. That he's just rocking with it. He's just rolling with it. Man, it took me fucking 5 minutes. It took me 5 minutes to clean this shit up that grew throughout the week. It took me 5 minutes. I ain't have to fucking spray paint no shit on, go to the doctors, get some hair fucking plants put in. I ain't have to do none of that shit, man. I just shaved the shit off. I'm good. Ready to go. I'm still fucking LeBron James, motherfucker. And I think that's the mentality that everybody needs to take. It is a lot easier to try to be yourself. And no, don't give me the whole I am being myself. The fuck you are, man. The fuck you are. You're trying to keep up with some trend. You're trying to keep up with some fad. You're trying to fucking hold on to your youth that no matter what the fuck you do, it's gone. Time stops for nobody. If you're losing your fucking hairline, shave it or own it. Own having a fucked up hairline. If you're overweight and you're upset with yourself, eat better, work out, or fucking live with it. Fuck these procedures that are going to take some weight. Listen, the procedures that take the weight off you, I'm assuming you have to continuously get those things done, or you're going to put the weight back on, or you have to change the way that you're living your life. And apparently, you people that are going to get all this shit done are not willing to do the second option. You're not willing to do that. So, come on. Stop being a fucking trend follower. Stop being a clout chaser. Because, in all honesty, what does that 15 minutes of fame really get you? At the end of the day, what the fuck does that get you? Somebody all up in your motherfucking business, exposing you, fucking digging up shit from fucking 30 years ago. Guys, stop clout chasing. Because in the process of clout chasing, you probably did 3, 4, 10, 15, 20 fucked up things. Stop it. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is this fucking trend, this fad, whatever you might call it, to the point where the FDA had to come out with a fucking announcement. People are marinating their chicken in NyQuil. According to the FDA, 1.3 million people have used the hashtag sleepy chicken. Listen, I'm not somebody that wishes bad things for people. I'm not somebody that spends my time hoping bad things happen to other people, because that takes time and energy. And for 99.9% of people, I don't give a fuck about what they're doing. I don't give a fuck about what they got going on in their lives. As long as they're not fucking being a menace to society, go on about your business, boo-boo. But the new trend right now is to marinate your fucking chicken in NyQuil. And the FDA felt like they needed to come out with an announcement telling people not to do that. I'm at the point, I truly am at the point where if that's what you feel like you need to do, if you think that is a good idea, there ain't shit that me, you, your mom, dad, grandmother, FDA could ever fucking tell you, because you're gonna do that dumb shit anyway. This goes hand in hand with like the Tide Pod challenge. Why? You guys really truly want to feel a part of something that fucking bad that you're gonna let laundry detergent fucking bust in your mouth? You want to feel like you're in the fucking excuse me. You want to feel like you're so in and you're so hip to what the fuck's going on that you're going to marinate your chicken in fucking NyQuil overnight and cook it the next day? I don't even know what the fuck the outcome of that could possibly be, but I don't see it being good, and I feel like that is pretty goddamn common sense. It's like common sense to the point of you don't touch a tailpipe after a car's been running with your bare hand. You don't touch it at all. You know, I think that's like on that level of common sense. Why don't people go around just grabbing fucking tailpipes? Why don't people marinate their fucking chicken in NyQuil? I fucking wonder why. I wonder fucking why. Guys, what? I'm at a loss for fucking words for some of this shit that we are dealing with and we find acceptable in the year 2022. We got politicians and football players stealing millions of dollars, probably not going to get in trouble. We got politicians who don't have families, who don't have a track record of being with anybody or caring about anybody. We got them making decisions on women's bodies and their right, their God-given right to choose what the fuck to do with them, especially after consulting a doctor. We have LeBron James finally owning it, stepping up, and just shaving his head bald, which I feel like will allow a lot of people to do the same because they are followers and they're going to do what LeBron James is doing. I bet you we see a lot more bald heads. It's like the Michael Jordan effect. Mike did it a lot earlier. It saved a lot of people a lot of heartache. LeBron wants to wait until he's fucking about done with his career. You had a whole bunch of motherfuckers fighting that shit, LeBron. I blame it on you. And then we got motherfuckers having sleepy chicken. Guys, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. And that's why I will be back next week to talk about some more bullshit with you guys. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and definitely check out High Sports with C. Willie and Duff tonight. And with that said, guys, I want you to be safe, be easy, and wash your ass. I'm out of here. Peace. Actually, I'm back real quick because I had to say something before I got off. Kanye West said that he has never read a fucking book. Now, this is who the majority of you take your fucking life advice from, okay? Be safe, be easy, wash your ass. Peace.